Good day everyone, so tomorrow Genshin Impact's 4.6 patch drops alongside with the Arlecchino banner, and far be it from me to persuade you or dissuade you from pulling for Arlecchino. What I want you to do is consider what the Genshin Impact content creators are saying about the character. And this is where I feel Genshin content creation has become very stale compared to how it used to be. You see, what currently happens is that a lot of the content creators have access to a media server of some kind, which allows them to fully test Arlecchino with like talent level 10s and all the builds, and then they'll be able to put out a guide video the moment the patch drops before you can even wake up and update your launcher. Now, the problem with this kind of commodification of Genshin Impact is that a lot of the fun and exploration of a character is just not there anymore. You've got content creators that are going to go through a formulaic routine of testing the characters with a bunch of known teams. They'll tell you about the ICD and different artifact sets that you can cover. They're going to spend the first 10 minutes reading the abilities of the character and trying to explain what the new Bond of Life mechanic actually is, and all that good stuff. Just watch it. You'll see it's pretty boring and dry. But what is interesting to me is that in contrast to how things are now, in the past we had a lot more community engagement when a new character released, precisely because content creators didn't get early access, which meant that in order for them to get proper views on YouTube, they had to get the new character when the character dropped, and they had to put out an assessment or a very quick first impressions video. And this really was quite interesting because people could in real time test what content creators were saying, and in that sense you kind of built up a knowledge base of whom you can trust and whom you should rather be wary of, even though that content creator might, let's say, create very good casual content, but they might not give you the best sort of meta opinion. And I feel like that community engagement of everyone discovering how things worked together was really what led to Genshin feeling dynamic as a game. But nowadays it's become very stale, and the reasons are kind of obvious. Basically, the Genshin Impact people that are running private servers have figured out how to bypass the Genshin Impact beta, which meant that we basically know all the numbers and animations pretty much beforehand. So there's not a lot of new things you can add by the time a character comes out. And this is also why Hoyo tried to give their preferred content creators a bit of a competitive advantage over like just the other non-Hoyo affiliated content creators by giving them access to the media server. So they are giving an artificial competitive advantage, and I can understand all the reasons for doing so and the incentives for doing so. But unfortunately, what you end up with are people that cannot give a character anything less than a 5 out of 10 and nothing more than an 8 out of 10. Otherwise, it might just sound too like paid in that sense. So really, what you have is very stale and dry content, and you'll very rarely, and there are good content creators still, but very rarely will you find someone saying, aha guys, I put out a guide a week ago, I was wrong. This is actually what we've discovered in the meantime. That's the thing that I'm missing. That's the thing where you even had guys like Tencent come out and say, yep, I used to say this, but now things have changed. And it's that level of honesty that's just not there anymore. So that is what I lament about Genshin Impact content creation. But do check it out tomorrow. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see just how corporate it's all gotten. And for me, that is a big shame.